I'm hoping that I'm now live. I think my internet connection is a bit dubious tonight. I'm having to. Oh, oh, I might be live now. Fingers crossed. Hello, sorry about that. Again, Firefox not playing ball with me today, so I'm back on Chrome just for today, and then I got my no, my microphone, my big microphone out of the drawer and out of retirement. So hopefully I am live and you can hear me okay, and that the technical gremlins keep away. That would be very nice. Anyway, first of all, Happy New Year! How are you all doing? How's it been? Have you had a fantastic time? Have you been relaxing? Have you been drinking lots of Baileys? Have you been going for lots of dog walks? And have you been patting lots of cats? And just having a brilliant time? Have you been hugging everybody that you possibly can hug? Because we need more hugs in the world. So, yes, we've been doing quite a bit of that. I had pretty much a complete break, which was lovely. Can't tell you, it was really nice, and very funny feeling because now that the Squeak Show is done, and I was thinking, it all came about on Hogmanay, well, a year past Hogmanay, and now all of a sudden it's just like we're here at the end of it all, and it's all happened and it's all done, and it's like, woo, that was fun. And what's next? That's how I'm feeling. That's very much the feeling that I have now. So I'm hopefully going to be able to see comments. Oh, yes, 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 I can see them now. I won't be able to see myself as I'm reading them, which is probably a good thing because it's actually quite disconcerting watching yourself just blether away on a computer screen. So if I look a bit weird, that's probably because I'm just not looking at myself anymore, and I'm maybe I look weird anyway. Right, so we have Dawn on the call. Hello, Dawn, welcome, and Christy from Los Angeles. I love that we're all over the world. I love it, and Sarah's here as well. Happy New Year, and Lorna, excellent, and Pamela. Welcome back, Pamela. I'm sorry that you were a bit under the weather over Christmas, but I hope you had a good time in Wales nonetheless. It's it's lovely to see you all. And you might have noticed that I have been rather excited over the course of Christmas and New Year. I have been bursting with new ideas. As I say, after Squeak Show, the dust has now sort of settled. All the wee mice are on their way. They're all, it's all just, the calendar's done, and there are still a few left in the shop. I've put them down to £10 each. They're on sale just now. So if you've missed out on one or want to get a last minute present, go on to the shop. I don't want to have to be able to, I don't want to get rid of any of them at the end of it all. So there's just a handful left. So help me out with that, please. And all the cards will be there all year round as well. So lots of extra ones for the birthdays, because they just make really nice birthday cards, the two of them. Or no, is it just one? No, I've got two birthday cards. The happy birthday rainbow stripy cake one and the street party one. So excellent. So hope you enjoy them. Yeah, so I just wanted to catch up with you and what my thoughts are for the year ahead, because it's, all of a sudden I feel like I've been kind of, I've been going on the tracks of Squeak Show, and I've had every month I've had to get the newsletter out and get the mouse, the mice have all been planned in advance, and it's all had to be sorted and get all the scenes done and all. I mean, it really has been a huge logistical undertaking. It really has. And I'm so grateful to Jacqueline for helping out, and for Tabitha, and for Dawn for making all the little needle felted, candy floss for July, and for Rachel Pettit who did the boats and the autumn mice. And it's just been fabulous. Jacqueline's doing the framing, and she also did the tiny cards for February. It's just, and also the rainbows for August. I've just had the best time. But because I've been sort of like on the railway tracks for the last year, and it really has, like it's like been doing a pre-order every month, whereas before I normally do maybe one or two a year. So wow, it's been a lot, and I don't want to do that sort of amount of admin this year. I may come back to it, because actually I quite like the admin, I'll be honest. I quite like organising things, but I can overcomplicate things too. So, yeah, I kind of want to be free and loose, and just to go with the flow, and just to do what I feel like doing, not what I have to do or what I should do, or, all these kind of things. So, Yeah, Sarah, absolutely. That the start of the Squeak Show and the first bed and breakfast. I always want to say that when I see B&B. And I know I've come up with it, but anyway, the first brew in the Blether. I know I was so excited, and I was like, "Oh, I've got this idea, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and it's going to be fab." And here we are. It's done. It's done. But it's not quite all done. So, as well as the calendar and the cards, Jacqueline's in the middle of framing them all beautifully, because Jacqueline does, these are the original scenes, so all the mice and the scenery in the background, all the rest of it, they are going to be put into framed scenes and then auctioned off. And I will be auctioning off the January ones for January and February, etc., etc. I'll just do them in eBay. It'll be the simplest way to do it. So if you had your eye on a particularly favourite one, then there's a chance to own the original scene that appears in the calendar and is a one-off and will never be done again and all that kind of stuff. So just a thought there. So they're going to be doing. I'm going to be popping up to Scotland actually, and to pick up the frames. So or what frames have been done so far, and that'll give me an excuse to go back up again later. So more to follow on that. I'm also hoping. I've made a little crib list, a crib sheet of what to talk about today. And actually, I'm looking at comments and not, in fact, looking at that actually it does make a bit of a difference when I see myself, because otherwise I'm just talking at a screen of text, and that's equally weird. Anyway, so my crib sheet, along with definitely a needed cup of tea today. Mm. Oh, do you know? I love tea. I really love tea. It's so nice, and it's perfect gulping temperature now. It's not too hot, not too cold. Mm. Sorry for slurping. There's nothing worse than hearing people slurp and chomp. And anyway, right. So yeah. So having come to the end of the tracks of Squeak Show, the framed scenes will be done, and I'll post details of those later. And I'm still hopeful, really hopeful. If Tab's on the call, speak to your supplier. And fingers crossed we can get a bespoke display case made up for all the Squeak Show mice. It would be so nice to have them all in their own particular, designed case. So I'm still hopeful that that will happen. And if it does happen, then my intention is to raffle off a complete set of mice, because there is one full set of mice. And that will be done with I'll raffle the full set with the display case to raise money for charity. So that's my plan. Sorry if there's a beep I realise I'm still getting notifications from other apps that are open at the moment on my laptop. So sorry, I don't even know whether they ping, do they? I don't know. It just pinged there just now though, so I have no idea. Right. Oh, yes, the mug. No, Lorna has asked me. Thank you, Nikki. It is indeed. It's a pint. It holds a pint of tea. How fabulous is that? It's really good. Lorna has asked, have I tried toast and jam tea and malted biscuit tea? No, no, I haven't. Are these flavoured teas instead of tea bag tea? Well, I will have to just investigate that and see what they're like. But before I get completely squirreled off in another direction, so I want to do a charity raffle of the full set of mice. So if anybody has been watching the Squeak Show and really enjoyed it, there'll be a chance to, own a full set of them and hopefully raise lots of money for charity. So that's the plan for the Squeak Show. But now that the tracks have ended for Squeak Show, with, barring those few things that I've just talked about again, this year I want to make more time for myself. I have a tendency, I know, I have a tendency to take on too much work, and that's because all you wonderful people want to have wee creatures, and it's lovely, and I hate saying no to people, and so I do take on more than I need to, or more than is really, sensible, and it's because I love it as well, so it's not really work, but then I find that I'm working sort of 12 hours a day, so I do want to have more time to myself, and when I can get home at a reasonable time. And So it will mean that, but I would like to take on more commissions because I hardly took on any last year and I miss doing them. You know, I did the odd one and they were lovely and they were good fun. And it's always fun when somebody comes to me with an idea and says, oh, could you do me this or could you do me that? And I'm like, oh, that would be fab. And then we could do this and then we could do that and then we could do this. And it just builds and builds and builds into a fabulous collaboration. So I see commissions as collaborations. It's not just a case of somebody giving me a shopping list of what they want. It's a two-way discussion, dialogue, debate, not a negotiation as such, but just a way where we can build and create something much bigger than the individual ideas that we may both bring to the table. That makes sense. So I want to do more, but not too many, because if I do too many, then I don't have time to play with my own ideas. So I'm thinking probably doing maybe about 10 a month. I'll see how that goes to begin with. I've had 40 requests from the December. Remember, do you remember when I thought it was such a good idea to ask people for their Christmas commission requests before I'd actually finished off all of December's Squeak Show mice and packed them all up and all the rest of it. So I'm sorry that I totally, missed, totally, freaked out on that one. Had a mental fart, whatever you want to call it. So apologies for that. But I do have a list of everybody's requests. And if you still want to have one, then I will get through them. But it may be a longer, slower, more protracted process just because of, I want to make sure that I have time to play with my own ideas. And I have lots of them for this year. You might have noticed already. I am in love with the applique embroidery technique that I don't know how. Oh, I came across it. It was in a clay around newsletter. So I subscribe to a number of polymer clay newsletters. And for some reason, I just happened to look at this one and saw some pendants that had been done in this technique. And I was like, that's gorgeous. Because I love, putting flowers and beautiful pattern, I just love putting those with the mice, which is why the Millefiori technique's so much fun. I mean, so much fun. So I've been exploring more Millefiori techniques, but then when I found the applique technique, I just had to try it. Now, I came across this, I think, on New Year's Day, possibly even Hogmanay. And I was like, when I saw it, I was like, I've got to find out more about this, got to find it. So I have been researching and I couldn't wait to come in and have a go. And that was yesterday, that it was the first chance I had to come in. And I tried a wee scrap bit of clay, in fact. Like, when I say we, I mean seriously we. So I don't know whether you can see this, but I just tried like some little bits of flowers and some leaves, and it was just like, yes, this is exactly how I imagined it being. And then obviously I went on and did the mouse, which has still not been baked. It's actually sitting. If you see my toaster oven over that way, then he's sitting up there waiting to be baked, which will happen tomorrow. Anyway, so I'm just so many ideas about them. They are painstaking. They really are. I mean, I can't. If you thought what I do with the mice is small and intricate and detailed, this is times 1,000. I mean, it's like stupidly small and tiny and wow. But the effect is just gorgeous. I mean, seriously, I'm just in love with it. So lots of ideas, and if Miles is on the phone, Miles is a manager of one of the Waterstones up in Edinburgh, and I'm hoping that he can give me lots of good advice for source books, for embroidery and floral designs and things which I can sort of just stick on the back of a sugar mouse. And then that got me thinking about, well, where else can flowers turn up on wee creatures? And I don't know whether you remember, I have made a few sleeping creatures, like mostly cats, which are sort of curled up the way cats do into a little ball. And they're so cute, but I've done it with foxes. And I'm sure it would work for otters and bunnies and guinea pigs as well, I think. Although I'm not sure, how do they sleep? Do they sleep in a ball? Answers in the comments, please, that would be good. So anyway, I'm going to try more styles of sleeping. So I'm more of a stylized creature, but that leaves their back and sort of curving around in their leg where flower designs can go. There's something, I don't know what it is, but from the very first day of queerness, I still remember the day I woke up with this idea in my head of flowery cats. it was flowery cats, and I made some Millefiori canes, and I did some Millefiori cats with flowers on them, and that's been lots of fun. And I've done snails with flowers on them, and lots of patterns. There's something magical about putting together the wee creatures and flowers and patterns and designs, and just something that you wouldn't normally see on a wee creature. So this is not all I'm going to be doing this year, but I'm so excited to see where it can go. So I'm just, I feel like I've been let out of school early. I felt like it's the end of term that's come, and I've got the whole summer holidays ahead of me. And it's not that I didn't enjoy the Squeak Show. I did. I loved it. I'm so glad. And now I feel like I'm like, what's next? All these ideas are piling up, and so I'm really, really looking forward to this year. Yeah, I might have gathered. I so am. And I'm so looking forward to sharing it with you as well, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, I would still be doing this on my own, cackling away to myself and drinking lots of tea and going, oh, isn't it cute? I would still be doing that whether you guys were here or not. But how much better is it that you are here and you are able to share in the enthusiasm, and I am able to say, look, proud mum moment, and I can just go, look at the wee creatures. The sugar mice, I'm loving the sugar mice. I have to say they are the perfect canvas for the applique flowers, of course, but they're just so cute. As did you remember the Santa mice I made? And I had this idea. It was like I need to put a mouse with the Santa trim on it, and I won't tell you how I made it because it's all a bit kind of, you'd be thinking it's a bit unsavory. Well, suffice it to say, I had to make like three red mice, all red mice, and I had to make three other mice, one in white, one in tan, and one in grey. And then I had to swap the bodies and the heads. That's all I'll say, but it works. It really works because it looks as though they've got a little jacket on, even though that's not quite how it came about, but it does look as though they have a little jacket on. It's so cute. So there's lots of more ideas for the sugar mice, and they will just pop up in the shop. I've already started it, and a few of you have noticed and have been going in. So a couple of Millefiori sugar mice have been in, and some more of the Christmas pudding mice, and the Santa mice will be coming in as well. So Christmas will probably happen throughout most of the year. Rather than saving it, because last year Christmas didn't really happen other than the wee Christmas mice and some of the sugar mice, like the snowflake mice and Christmas pudding sugar mice, etc. So, and there's so many there's so many Christmas designs. There's so many designs. Let's be honest. There's so many possible creatures that can be made that I want to make, and if I sort of save all the ones for Christmas until nearer Christmas, it'll take forever. So, I'm just going to keep doing them through the day. So don't think that it's unseasonable. Just think of it as being ahead of the game. That's my thinking there. So, and of course, it's like Valentine's Day next month. So it's like, the time is going, it's just like running through. It really is. I haven't looked at the comments for a little while. So I'll just do that now and take a breath and take a cup of tea because that's got to be done. And let's see. Oh, right. So Sue, hello, Sue. Sue is on the call. Sue Cameron. Now, I have a wee tale to tell of Sue. I don't know that I've said this or no, how I know Sue. But I did a National Trust volunteering holiday years ago. And Sue was the leader on it. And we got on really well. And we've kept in touch. And I remember doing some Play-Doh then. So it must have been early days of queerness down in the southwest of England. Or southeast, possibly south. Anyway, south. But anyway, it's lovely that we've kept in touch. I'm really, really glad. Anyway, so yes, I'm just reading through, and Happy New Year to you too as well. Sorry, I'm just going through the comments. I really can't multitask. I'm sure I've said that before. I'm really rubbish. I keep thinking that I am good, and then I'm not, because then I kind of like squirrel moments. You know me. Hamster moments, even, as Dawn has suggested. Hamsters, yes, hamsters have yet to have their time, right? So, and I know they're there. They kind of scramble about in the back of my head. They're there. They're nearly there. So whether it's in sort of the sugar mouse style or something else, but the hamsters are coming. The hamsters are coming. That's all I can say. They are going to be there, definitely. So yes, it's all going to be. Oh, Lorna, you've said where it is. They're made by Yorkshire. Yorkshire Tea makes these. The toast and jam tea and the malted biscuit tea. Right. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to look into that. Definitely. Sorry, I haven't actually looked into it yet. So, yeah, I will do so. Thank you. Right. Oh, and Sue, you're saying that you still have the Play-Doh mouse and the one you made as well. Gosh, it must be a crumbly yellow thing by now. My goodness, that was quite a cute wee thing though. That was. Do you remember the cake that we made with the dry stone dyke wall? I can't remember whose birthday it was, but it was just so much fun with all the marshmallows making it all. It was good fun. It was a really good holiday. Anyway, it's lovely that we're still in touch. And we have Emma Phillips on the call as well. Thank you. Hello, hello, Emma, and Happy New Year again to everybody who's here too. It's super. It's really, yeah, I'm very excited about what's going ahead. Let's see if I've missed anything out on my little crib sheet as well. So, oh yes, so I'm thinking possibly Aquinas meetup as well at some point. Now, I've done a couple of these before. This is where I travel to somebody's house who very kindly agrees to host it. And then we have like half a dozen people coming around and I do a demonstration and we have a chat. Basically, it's like this, but in person, with cups of tea and cakes and buns and stuff. And it's always good fun. It's always lovely to meet people. So that's something I would really like to do this year as well. And again, with being a bit more relaxed about the work that I take on, with being a bit more discerning, so I don't just, completely avalanche myself with work, because that is how I've been doing things for the last 12 and a bit years, but it would be quite nice not to do that this year. So, so I've tried the other way. So let's try being more chilled, relaxed, having fun. That's what I want. What did I say? I came up with fun, fluid, and carefree. They're the sort of the keywords for this year, sorry. I'm also going to be going back and doing the sculpting course in May. You'll remember the dog sculpture that I made, what's that, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 3 years possibly? And then I booked myself onto a dog or an animal portrait course as well, run by the same people. This is down in Devon. Gorgeous course, amazing sculptor who runs it. I mean, he really is amazing. Andrew Sinclair, his name is, well worth looking him up. He runs the sculpture school and he does mostly sort of people, and he's done a lot of public commission, full size and beyond public commissions, and his work is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So that was good fun, and that's going to hopefully happen this time in May. I'll find out. I'll be down in Devon in that region for May for a week or 4 or 5 days. It's a residential course, but you sort out your own residential stuff. Anyway, so that's on the cards for today. Yes, I've said about the Christmas creatures appearing all year round, and also other creatures as they wish to appear. Going forward, let's see how this year goes. Let's see how much fun we have. Let's see what goes. I'm not even sure that I will do events. I know that I was doing them every month last year, and I think that added to the whole sort of stress of everything. So I think if I just sort of drip feed, because there have been wee creatures that have been left around in my shop. I mean, I think I started doing the events to make it fairer, so people would know when they were going to be on sale, and they would have a good, they would have at least a fair chance of adopting one. Great, but over the course of last year, for perhaps obvious reasons, the wee creatures weren't selling as quickly as they usually do. I mean, they always sold out eventually, but it took several days sometimes for them all to go. So let's just see how it goes with me just putting wee creatures randomly into the shop as often as I can, and I trust that the people who are meant to have their wee creature and the wee creatures who are meant to have their human, they will meet up, they will find each other, and it will all work out perfectly, because they always know. That's something I really do trust. I have learned to trust it over the years, is that the wee creatures do find who they're meant to be with, and it's always at the perfect time as well. It's lovely how it works out. I really, really enjoy that. So yeah, let's see how it goes. If, say, after a few months, it's like, no, we really need a shop event. Well, we can look at it then. But free, easy, fluid. That's what I'm planning for this year. So let's see how it goes. Let's suck it and see. Let's suck it and see. There's a wee sort of funny squirrel sidebar that I'll tell you about. When I was doing my legal diploma. This is the postgrad. So you do 4 years in Scotland for a law degree, for an LLB honours degree, a Bachelor of Laws. I did it over 4 years to get the honours degree. And then the 5th year you do your LPC, which is your legal practice certificate, which is your sort of the practical application of law, still studying it full time. And then you go out and you do 2 years traineeship as well. And I did mine in Dundee and Cooper, up in Scotland on the East Coast. But during the LPC, we had to sort of make up. We pretended that we were in a law firm. I mean, that was the idea. So I made up my fake legal firm was called Suck It and See. Anyway, well, maybe that was not worth like a minute of your time. But anyway, so let's suck it and see for the rest of the year, see how it goes. See how it goes with just randomly putting creatures in the shop, and I'll take on requests when I can, but I don't want to do too much. I don't want to take on too much. So I really hope you understand and that you just, trust that the wee creatures will come to you at the right time, and just enjoy them. Just have fun with them because I will make as many as I can. But one thing I've missed is just being able to play with my own ideas, and that's coming back in a way that's just lovely. It's just so much fun for me, and I hope by extension you have fun. It's a very selfish approach, because I'm just like, well, I'm having fun, I'm all right. But it comes across, I think, in the wee creatures when I can just play out, fool out, have fun, see who comes out, trust that they're going to go to the right one, rather than sort of keep, oh, well, I'll take, yes, I will take some requests for some designs. For example, I was going to be doing picnic basket creatures. I haven't even done them. I've got lots of miniature apples and lots of miniature cheese and lots of miniature, like the French sticks of bread, and lots of miniature picnic. What's it called? Picnic blanket material, which is just red gingham check that I got for the May scene, actually, which originally was going to be a picnic scene. So, I mean, there's lots of things which I sort of collected over the last year and many years earlier that I still want to do. I didn't do any of the glass bobble Christmas mice, for example. These are mice or other wee creatures that sit in little, couple of inches tall glass baubles, and you hang them on the tree. They're just gorgeous, and I haven't had a chance to do them. So there's lots of things I want to do, a little bit here, a little bit there, and just play, just have fun. That's my plan for this year. So next year might be a different story. Who knows? I posted the picture that Enrique took of me looking at the mouse nativity set. This is for the book that I'm going to be appearing in. Not on my own. I think there's about 20 other people that this author, Barbara, she's lovely. So she's featuring, she's interviewed each of them and is drawing up a chapter for each and just sort of looking at, people who do a job that they love and often have done it instead of a more conventional job, like being a lawyer, for example. So I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to that. But the photograph that Enrique took is a really lovely one. And I didn't post any of the sort of the 40 odd other pictures, which weren't so good, when I'm blinking and kind of, going off to one side and lots of double chin showing and all that kind of stuff. Didn't show you any of them. And actually, when we were taking it, because it was on top of the piano lid, we'd closed the piano lid for it. And he kept saying, "Oh, come a bit closer." And I was like, "I'm just about in the stable house," but it actually looked really good in the photos. But actually taking it was really quite awkward. So, newfound respect for professional photographers and those who have their photos taken all the time. It's not something I enjoy doing, but it worked out really well. So yeah, mouse nativity, I'd love to do another one of those. And I know I was thinking about this at the end of 2020. Yeah, we're in 22 now, aren't we? So at the end of, sort of towards the end, before Squeak Show pinged into life, I had been looking into the possibility of doing a nativity set, a limited nativity set, doing full set, and also sort of a pared down version, so just Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus, and an angel or something. So to have the option, so that's something I really, really want to come back to again because they're so cute. I mean, it's just lovely. It's so nice. So that's so many ideas. I mean, another idea that I had, which may happen, is if there are enough sugar mice, because they're small, and I mean, some of them obviously, like the applique embroidery mice, take forever. I mean, they really are like miniature works of art. It really is painting with clay in just such a wow. I mean, that mouse, which I've done, took about 3 hours to do because you've got to roll the tiniest bit of clay and then position it exactly and make. I mean, really, I'll do a demonstration of them once I've kind of polished the technique a bit more because I have just started learning it. But wow, it takes a long time, a lot longer than making like the normal mice and all the rest of it. Where was I going with that? I'm not entirely sure. Um, no, oh yeah, sugar mice, that was it. So the designs of the sugar mice, those the more straightforward ones, like the Christmas pudding mice, which I thought were really complicated until I found the applique. It's like wow. And the pumpkin. Anyway, there will be maybe 24 Christmassy type designs or designs which can go in an advent calendar, for example. I mean, Lorna did a brilliant one, went on a calendar, advent calendar decorating course and came out with this most amazing advent calendar, which I think she posted, you did post pictures of it, I think, over Christmas or in the run up to Christmas. Wonderful. So it'd be really nice to have like one of those little, standalone display cases with little doors on them and a little sugar mouse behind each one. But this year, if you want to do that, then it'll be, I'll make the sugar mice, you buy the sugar mice, you put them into your advent calendar, but I'm not going to do anything formal. Like, there's going to be no, oh yes, well, for January's mouse or for the 20, oh, no, did that last year. Don't need to go there again for a while. I mean, the need to organise and administer things may come back, but for now, nah. I'm glad I've done it, and it was a brilliant experience, and I've learned so much. And the biggest learning that I've had is that it's lovely to do a bit of both. So, a bit more free, a bit more fluid, a bit more carefree and fun, and that's the plan anyway. Right, I haven't looked at the comments again for a little while. So, yes, Emma, you did offer to host, and I would love to take you up on that. So, if you are still happy, maybe this year, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm more than happy to give lots and lots of hugs to whoever needs them and wants them and is willing to do them. I mean, I really think that now's the time that we need to get back as much to normal as we can. That's really we have to learn to live with what's going on instead of being in a constant state of what's happening. It's just no. Let's live our lives. Let's just life's too short not to live our lives as we can. So if you're up for it, Emma, I'm up for it. So let's have a look at that and see what we can work towards. And I'm now 4 minutes over, although I did think I started about 4 minutes late. So I've been going for 31 minutes now. So I think I'll say good night and stop blethering and finish off my tea, which has now probably slightly less gulpable temperature. Sometimes I've started drinking cold tea, just to save me going to the kitchen to empty out the dregs. I'll just drink it down, and actually, it's not too bad. Cold coffee is just a frappe, isn't it? So what's cold tea? Is that not just about the same thing? Anyway, that's just my laziness coming in there. So the next one, oh yes, Brew and Blethers, I'll probably do every 3 weeks instead of every 2 weeks now. And then I can sort of hopefully plan them a little bit better than I have been doing, and I can do more of a, like do a demonstration. Like the next one on the 25th of January will be a demonstration, and it might even be one of the applique embroidery ones once I've kind of, as I say, once I've polished the technique a little bit more. And in the meantime, let's see who shows up. But there'll be a newsletter going out hopefully in the next week, and I can give more information about the auctions, and I can give more information about the display case, and I can, more wee creatures will have appeared. I recently changed the star mice. Do you remember those gorgeous little star? Well, I've still got lots of these little star jars in all different colours, including some rainbow stripe ones, which I made up. Sorry, that's not very clear, but so I'll make some of them. And also, I have some more of the teapot charms, which is particularly appropriate for me. So now that I've changed the image for the Brew and the Blether, because I think rotating the image is the way to go. So yeah, I haven't made them for ages. I mean, I don't want to sort of keep going back over old designs, but they're fun, and I haven't made them for a while, and some people missed out, and some people might want more. So this is what I mean. I just want it to be all who wants to appear today, it's sort of I'll rock up at work, cup of tea, and I'll just be like, right, who's on the table for today? And as I say, if I can take on a limited number of commissions each month rather than lots and lots and lots, then I will actually probably end up making more creatures, and then stick them in the shop, and hopefully you'll like them. And if you don't, well, that's okay too. So I just wanted to say happy New Year again, and thank you all so much for your good wishes, your cards, your laughters, your posts, your sharing of memes, your I mean all the otters. Steve the otter is still fabulous, and we've had some. Oh, we've just had some brilliant ones. So thank you to everybody who does post in the group. I don't always have time to reply, but they're all wonderful and they really help make Queerness the wonderful, or the Queernaholics Anonymous, the wonderful Queerness community that it is. And it really means a lot to me. And I know that Enrique is very grateful to you all as well, Mr. Mouse, as I think he's starting to enjoy being called. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. But yes, so it's going to be. Oh, sorry, I'm now reading one or two of the new comments that have come in. There must be a way of looking at this. Oh, I might have gone down for a bit. I'm not sure. I don't know. There are stream metrics on this, so I'm not quite sure what's. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm going to stop blethering now. Funnily enough, I guess I do what I say on the tin, doesn't you know? It is a brew and it is a blether. So have a lovely evening or a lovely day or a lovely afternoon wherever you are. And it's lovely to be back. Can't tell you, I'm really excited about this year, what's ahead. So I hope you all have an amazing one and hug everybody that you love and just make the most of today, whatever today brings. For tomorrow, who knows? So it's, let's just make the most of now. Now is the only time that there ever is. So on that very I can't even say it, philosophical note, and I think I probably need to finish off that tea as well. I shall see you all in the group tomorrow, I'm sure, and have a good evening. Thanks for being here. Bye.